Hello, I'm Bob Ross, and welcome to the joy of painting.
Doing nothing, bitch!
It would appear some of my hair has gotten into the primer.
These drips were not my fault. I think I'm gonna go outside and get some fresh air.
Welcome to the paint booth. Now, I know it may not look like much, but this is a very high-end and expensive paint booth. Let me just show you guys. So over here, we got our really sturdy shelves for holding anything, you know, that needs to be dried. This bad boy right here is our air purifier. This guy right here, we got a, it's a washing station. Yeah, what can I say? This place is state of the art. Now, before we actually start painting, we just have a tiny little bit more prep to do. Just tiny little bit. The last thing we gotta prep is our body kit. We're gonna go through the exact steps from KBD that tell us how to prep these for primer. So if I fuck this up, it's on you, KBD. Step one is, well, technically, step one's to wipe it down with acetone, but fuck that. Step one is clean it with some Ajax. Now, I've never actually used Ajax before, but it smells fucking great. Whee! Should I wear gloves? Should I wear gloves? I'm gonna wear gloves. Ha! Protection. Front bumpers all done. I got the kit scrubbed down. Next step from KBD is to hit it with some acetone. Now I am just gonna be doing like one piece of the kit at a time. I don't think I can move fast enough to acetone the whole kit and get it sprayed before, you know, any dust gets on it. Even though, you know, we're in a perfectly clean room. The very last thing I wanna do before painting is add some adhesion promoter. This actually isn't a step from KBD, but it's something I saw online. Everyone should say with these flexible kits, you should really add some adhesion promoter. Now, I do just wanna be clear here. Similar to all my videos, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I just don't want you guys to get the wrong idea and think I'm, you know, some kind of professional or something. I feel like this is a bad idea to open with my teeth. I have no idea how much of this shit we need. I would assume not a lot. So, bang. Okay, a lot more than that. Promoter is on. We're gonna let it sit for like 5 minutes or so and get to spraying. Well, here goes nothing. Oh, it's already splattering. That's wonderful. Well, I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing wrong, but as you guys can see, we have fucking splatters everywhere. Well, I'm really not sure how to fix that at the moment, but I think we're just gonna keep going because I don't know what else to do. I hope this shit's not very hard to sand. Okay, well, our first can is already empty, which sucks. You can still see some of the black poking through in certain spots and whatnot. I'm gonna leave it as it is for now because I need to make sure I have enough for the entire kit. All right, this one's gonna go so good. We're not even gonna need to sand this one. God damn it. Look at this side right here. No splatters, nothing. Actually looks pretty good. And then right over here, fucking bullshit. Alright, well my fingers were fucking killing me, so I went and got the fucking Gooch Sprayer 9000. I don't fucking know what it's called. I wish I would have started with this thing. Let's do the bumpers now. First coat on the bumper looks so much fucking better than the side skirts. No splatters whatsoever. I don't know, I mean, I still suck at painting, so there's that, but... Alright, I think we're good. All right, well, the camera shut off at some point there. I think it just got too hot sitting in the sun, but the kit is completely painted. Let's fucking go. Obviously, we still have a bunch of sanding to do, but we will get to that when we get to that. So let's go ahead, let's move these into the garage, get them set up so they can dry, and let's start working on the car. Back in the garage now, and it's time to start covering some Bondo. We got the hood, the trunk, and the rear quarter panel here. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna take the trunk off of the car and take it back to our fancy paint booth. And then I'm also thinking of doing the same thing with the hood, just because it's just gonna make my life easier. The quarter panel, however, obviously we can't really take that back into the paint booth without driving the car back there, and I don't think it's gonna make it. But first and foremost, let's get the trunk and the hood off, and then we'll start getting everything taped up. Oh shit, my trunk does that foldy thing now. Oh brother, I don't really know how this is gonna go. I probably should have waited for help. I think that was out. I hope it is, because the sun is on the ground. Oh yeah, we're good, okay. And lift. Oh yeah, baby. I made an executive decision on the hood. It said, fuck it, we're painting it in here. Hopefully we can avoid any, happy little accidents. Speaking of happy little accidents, hello, I'm Bob Ross, and welcome to the joy of painting. Today, we're gonna be painting a Lexus. We're gonna go ahead and get started. First thing we're gonna do is take our can, shake the devil out of it. That's one of the fun parts of this technique. I tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and start here with a happy little first coat. Well, I totally meant to wipe that down one last time before I painted it.
Fucking Bob Ross, my guy. Oh my.
It would appear some of my hair has gotten into the primer. That is unfortunate. Okay, well, I had a respirator ready for this when I started, painting inside, but then I forgot. Now I can feel the paint on my teeth. I think I'm gonna go outside and get some fresh air. Back to the paint booth. Trunk is covered. I'm actually really happy with how it came out too. It looks really fucking good. Unfortunately, this is the last piece we had to paint, which means it's time to do some sanding. We're gonna go ahead and start down here, just because there's only one edge to feather in down here, where all the other edges are the edge of the actual car. Whereas on the hood and right here, we've got multiple edges to feather in. And I've never sanded primer, so I don't know how aggressive I need to be, or lack thereof aggression. So hopefully I'll learn a little bit down here before I, fuck the rest of the car up. Alright, I tried everything you could fucking try. I tried small block, tried fucking longer block, tried this nice skinny block,
Even tried the DA sander. And at the end of the day, I think the best route was just using my fucking hand. I will say the DA sander was nice to knock down the edge and feather it in. But other than that, right here, I will say, does have a lot of weird little contours and bends. So using a straight block wasn't super helpful. I think it would be better up here. But no, overall, I think it came out pretty good. It's nice and smooth. Our edge is feathered. I think it's time to move up top. I'm patient with my All right, our radio hole is all good. I did not use the DA at all this time. I just used the block sanders and then my hand, of course. And I think it took a little bit longer, but it came out, in my opinion, a little bit better. There were a couple spots we went a little too far, but nowhere did we hit all the way to bare metal, you know what I mean? This spot right here is basically ready for paint. Alright, well, I fucked up. I sanded the hood down and I got it to a point where I thought it was pretty good. I wanted to put a guide coat on it to see if we had any like major low spots. I don't know, the guide coat like really went into the primer almost, and it went like deeper than I thought it would. I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, I kept sanding. I felt like I had a pretty even surface of the guide coat all the way across, so I then tried to wipe the guide coat off. It didn't come off with water, so I was like, no problems, I'll just fucking wipe it off with acetone. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. As soon as I wiped it down with acetone, I fucking took a big old chunk out of the primer. At this point, I'm just basically gonna have to sand until the guide coat's gone completely, and then I'm gonna have to reprimer it. I don't know if I have enough primer left now that I painted my whole trunk, so... Woo. And here's that chunk that came off. I know it's not fucking like gigantic by any means, but it's certainly gonna be fucking noticeable, and we gotta redo it now. Fuck this hood. Maybe I just run a hoodless setup. That'd be cool, right? I think I need to take a break. Every life we have some trouble. Alright. Let's fucking get it. I've come up with a new plan. I decided I am gonna take the hood off and I'm gonna paint the entire thing. Now, is that a bit of an irrational decision? Yes, absolutely. So I got some primer ordered. It'll be here in a few days, so we'll go ahead and get the rest of the car finished and we'll get the hood painted. That'll be the last thing we do. Now, unfortunately, that does mean we are going to have to basically sand all of this primer off, or at least refinish it so it's nice and smooth again. Hood is sanded, ready for primer. I went and grabbed our trunk. Let's go ahead and get it sanded down and get it ready for paint. The trunk is all sanded, ready to be painted. It looks really fucking good. I'm sure my opinion's gonna change on that later, but now we are just about ready to start shooting some paint. However, down here you can see I sanded a little too far there, and then there's a little bit down in this corner that I exposed some bare metal as well. So I wanna go ahead and just touch this area up with some primer real quick, sand it down, and we'll be ready to paint. What's up? What's up, homie? You want the smoke? Fuck. Let's get it, bro. Let's get it. Go. Oh, come on, bitch. Yeah, you ain't nothing, bitch. What? What, bitch? Other than the hood, we are all done with primer, and it's time for some paint. And I think we're gonna start with that bitch right there. I feel like I'm about to just fuck this whole thing up. Now I honestly have no idea if I should be laying on a thicker coat than that for the first coat, or if this is good and I just let it flash and hit it with the second one. Obviously, we're gonna call it good. I do have a few splatters up top here from holding the can over the trunk as I'm spraying the back half, so that kind of sucks, but we should be able to sand all those out. All right, I'm gonna call that good. I'm completely out of paint, so I couldn't paint more if I wanted to. Now, obviously you can see all the lines from where I went back and forth and whatnot. I'm not a fucking wizard, Harry. But we're still gonna hit this with some 2000 grit or maybe even 1000 grit sandpaper if we really need to. And I think it's gonna come out great. So we could go ahead and start painting the quarter panel, but it's really dusty in here. So I kinda wanna go through and clean the garage up a little bit before I do any painting in here. However, we still have a whole body kit to sand. So we're gonna go ahead and do that first. And then clean up, because, yeah. Now, I can't lie, this is probably gonna be the most exciting part of the video. You guys watching me sand my entire kit. It's gonna be so much fun. Oh no, I forgot to record the whole thing. You're welcome. Not gonna lie, the kit kinda looks like shit, but fuck it, we ball. Also did a little cleaning up, de-dustified this bitch, and we're ready to do some more painting. And, you know what that means. Welcome back. It's good to see you again. You know, when you first learn to paint, it's not how to paint that's difficult. It's what to paint. And we're painting a Lexus. So let's go ahead and just get started. Let's grab some Leaping Panther Black and let's get started. And it's that easy. Now, my job is all finished up here today. I had a ton of fun painting this Lexus, and I hope you did too. From everyone here, we'd like to wish you the best and happy painting. Thanks, Bob. Now, all we got left is the hood. I got my primer last night. I did get the hood off, but I'm still trying to figure out how to fucking put it in the paint booth. I've been trying to jerry rig some shit out here because I really don't want to paint the hood like laying horizontally. From my experience so far, that's how you get splotches and a lot of overspray. So I've been trying to figure out a way to mount my hood vertically, and this is it. I've got the ladder set up at a nice vertical angle. Got a piece of wood on the back rung and a bunch of fucking weight. Got some water in that bitch so this bitch don't fall over. And then we got our trusty ratchet strap. What could go wrong?
Oh, are you recording this fun?
Well, have fun. Thank you. Now, it's been raining all day on and off, so we went ahead and ratchet strapped an umbrella to the ladder. I just want to get this thing fucking painted. So let's go ahead and get a wipe down and start spraying some primer. I wiped everything except for the primer spot with acetone because that's where this whole mess started and I'm not fucking doing it again. Let's Optimus Prime this bitch. Now, I did buy black primer this time, mainly so the overspray on the back blends in a little better. But just so you know, I'm not painting it yet. This is still primer. All right, let's put it in the garage. Perfect. Fuck yeah, okay, thank you. All right, well now we are gonna do something just a little bit different. No, we're not, we're gonna do more sanding. As I was sanding my hood here, I started to notice something kind of weird. It kind of looked like there was like different colors in different spots. Well, I went and looked at the paint I used to paint the trunk. I used two completely different colors. Now obviously that doesn't really matter because we're wrapping it, but no, but regardless of my inability to read, I think the trunk came out really fucking good. I'm actually like pleasantly surprised with how it turned out. I really expected to be able to see pretty much everything bodywork wise that I did underneath, but there's a couple spots, but overall, like, I'm very happy. It looks pretty good. All right, we got the edges all feathered. Now, I did break through to some primer in a few spots, even like right there is just barely breaking through. And I knew that was gonna happen. Honestly, I should have gone farther around the primer than I did because I hardly left any room for myself to feather the edge. Quite honestly, if I were to start over and redo this quarter panel, I think I would tape it off like here and then just go down to the wheel well and do the entire rear quarter panel. But I didn't do that, and I'm sure as hell not restarting now. And as far as this primer goes, I know you really shouldn't leave primer like exposed like that, but under that primer specifically, there's just more paint. The only real bare metal spots are like right in here and then right over here. And we still have full coverage there, so I think we're gonna call it good. I also recently learned that you're supposed to let paint fully cure for like 30 to 60 days before you wrap over it. And we're wrapping the car in like 2 weeks. So we're probably gonna peel all this paint up eventually when we unwrap the car, like, you know, years in the future. So there's really no need to make it perfect right now. And honestly, it came out better than I expected, so I'm fucking happy, bro. Only one last thing to do, and that's go paint a hood. All right, guys, well, it's a little extra windy today, so I didn't want to paint in the garage because I don't want to get paint all over fucking everything, but fuck it, we're painting in the garage. Now, the shitty part is I'm gonna have to shut this garage door to get rid of all the wind, and I don't really have room in here for you guys. So, I'll be right back. Hello. Well, we definitely had a couple happy little accidents. 4 to be exact. But real quick, let's go ahead and move the hood back into my garage and I'll show you the damage. Here are our happy little accidents. There's number 1, there's number 2, there's number 3, and there's number 4. These drips were not my fault. You see, what had happened was I was using this can and I turned the little nozzle inside to spray horizontally rather than vertically. It was basically spraying both sides of the fucking like handle itself. And then the paint that was building up on there dripped onto my hood. And yeah, annoying, but not the end of the world. Just a little extra sanding.
Anyway, anytime somebody call me, I'm from the door, so I'm like, what the what? Well, I didn't finish.
All right, guys, hood is sanded. All of our drip spots sanded smooth. We did break through to primer on a couple of them, but again, we didn't break through to primer anywhere there was bare metal underneath. So we're gonna call it good. Literally, all we gotta do is get the hood in the trunk back on the car, and we're fucking done. Oh my God.
Thank God there's no gears on it.
Okay. Here are some before and afters for you guys to show you where we started and how far we've come. Again, keep in mind, this is the first time I've done any body work, any painting on a car, anything like this. So I know it's not the cleanest work in the entire world, but I'm proud. I think I'm happy with what I did. Well, that is a wrap, my friends. Speaking of a wrap, that is what we're gonna be doing next time. So leave a comment down below. What color do you think we're gonna be wrapping the car? Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.